Let us commence this auspicious morning by invoking the blessings of the divine. I now invite Ms. Anshika to begin the proceedings with a prayer, followed by a prayer song by the school choir.
Please be ready for the prayer and pray with me in silence. Dear Heavenly Father, as we gather here today for our Class 10 orientation program, we humbly come before you, seeking your guidance and blessings. We stand on the threshold of a new chapter in our academic journey, and we pray for your wisdom and strength to navigate through the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Loving and gracious Creator, we thank you for the presence of our chief guest, Mr. Y. Srinivas, with us today. We thank you for our principal and teachers who work relentlessly for us. We acknowledge their dedication and ask for your blessings upon them as they continue to guide us throughout the year. Lord, bless our parents who have been our pillars of support, providing us with endless encouragement and instilling in us the importance of education. Help us to support and encourage one another as classmates, fostering an environment of respect, kindness, and inclusivity. Heavenly Father, we entrust our aspirations, dreams, and goals into your loving hands. May we seek your guidance in every decision we make. Give us the courage to pursue excellence in all that we do. In your name we pray, Amen.
Anshika and the school choir for that serene and soulful prayer. It has indeed set the tone for this auspicious gathering.
Absolutely. And now let us move forward with a traditional ceremony that signifies the eradication of darkness and the arrival of enlightenment. We now invite our honorable dignitaries to proceed with the lighting of the lamp.
so does the knowledge brighten our lives.
Let us now invite Ms. Kezia ma'am to welcome the gathering.
Henry Ford rightly said, "Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success." A very good morning to one and all. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you all to the Class 10 Orientation Program. Today is a day we have set apart to foster communication and create a strong partnership between educators and parents. On this very significant day, I extend my hearty welcome to Mr. Y. Srinivas, Director, Nano Educational Institutions, our esteemed resource person for today's program. Sir is also a proud alumnus of our school, and his presence with us this morning makes this day a truly inspiring one. A very warm welcome to you, sir. Reverend Brother Shajan Anthony, our principal, is a beacon of wisdom and motivation. He leads the school with firmness and instills a sense of order and discipline in every student. He is a visionary leader who nurtures young minds with patience and love. A very warm welcome to you, Reverend Brother. Reverend Brother Jacob is a stalwart guide in the realm of education. He balances discipline and compassion with unwavering dedication. With a watchful eye, he maintains discipline in the middle school section and instills confidence in the students. Hearty welcome to you, Reverend Brother. Ms. Anoman, our academic coordinator, plays a vital role in facilitating the smooth functioning of educational programs and activities. Ma'am's collaboration with teachers, parents, and students ensures effective communication and coordination within the Little Flower family. Hearty welcome to you, ma'am. I extend a warm welcome to all the parents gathered here today. It is truly a pleasure to have you with us today as we come together to collaborate on the importance of parental involvement in the academic pursuits of our students. Your presence here today demonstrates your commitment to the growth of your wards. A hearty welcome to you, dear parents. Let us put our hands together and welcome all the parents. Most importantly, I extend a warm welcome to all the students because of whom we have today's meeting. Dear students, today is the beginning of a journey that you have to complete with flying colors and make your parents and teachers proud of you. Welcome, dear students. I extend my hearty welcome to all the teachers and all those associated in the smooth functioning of today's program. As we begin this academic year, let us all recognize the presence of God in our endeavors. Let us acknowledge the influence of each other so that together we can create a vibrant and supportive environment that fosters the growth and success of each student placed in our care. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those warm words of welcome.
Dear parents, it is said that motivation is what gets you started and habit is what keeps you going. With that in mind, we have a distinguished speaker among us today who will illuminate our minds.
I am highly privileged to introduce to you the resource person of today's program, Mr. Y. Srinivas. Mr. Y. Srinivas is the director of Nano Educational Institutions. Sir is a BE in Electronic and Communication Engineering and an MBA from the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. He started his career as a scientist in defense research, and after his MBA, he moved to the IT industry and held senior positions at HCL and CMC. Later, he turned an entrepreneur, establishing institutions to train students in IT and prepare them for exams such as JEE, NEET, and law entrance tests. He is a member of the Academic Council of the Geetanjali College of Engineering, Hyderabad. Sir is the proud recipient of the Bharat Vidya Shiromani Award. Sir, I now request you to share your words of wisdom with us.
Brother Anthony, Brother Jacob, Miss Anne Oman, parents, and my dear young friends. It's always a pleasure to come back to the Little Flower School. Several fond memories. In fact, I remember this particular stage. It was much smaller at that time. During my year 1978, the first time the school was divided into 4 houses: astronauts, argonauts, aeronauts, and cosmonauts. I don't know if that still continues. And I had the privilege of accepting the trophy on behalf of astronauts. That was the first year. And in fact, we were privileged at that time because that was also the silver jubilee year of Little Flower School. Several dignitaries, including the governor of the state at that time, Mrs. Sharada Mukherjee, I remember. Then the chief minister, Dr. Chinna Reddy, they all visited here and we had those functions here. It's a great thing, and I really appreciate the school organizing this particular orientation session for 10th class students and parents. 10th class and the succeeding 2 years are the crucial years, are the most crucial years in the entire academic career of a student. More so 10th class, for 3 reasons. Reason 1, this is the first board exam that you will be facing in your life. And wherever you go as a fresher, immediately after your degree for a job or for application to a higher education institution, your academic career, your academic record will start with whatever you've got in your 10th class. And this will haunt you for at least 5-6 years into your career. Because whenever you go for a job interview, on your biodata, you got to write your academic achievements, and that starts with 10th class. So your 10th class marks are that important. The second and more important point here, in the current education system in India, you got to decide on your specialization. Whether you want to become an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, a chartered accountant, or whatever, by the time you finish your 10th class. So this 1 year will give you time to decide on what is your calling. What is it that you are going to pursue later on in life? So that is the second most important reason. The third is several qualities which are important for your academic career later on and for your actual job. Those qualities will get formed now. What are these qualities that I'm talking about? Focus, dedication, discipline, time management, test taking, examination taking strategy, temperament, several such qualities which are important for your academic career later on and for your job later on. All of those things get developed in this particular year. And therefore, it is very important that you take this particular 10th class this year with a lot of seriousness. And in that context, I think this orientation program is very, very helpful. I was talking about the options that you need to take immediately after your 10th class. And I would like to spend a couple of minutes in terms of talking about the options. Today, students of your age are, I would say, very, very privileged, because the kind of opportunities that you have now were never there in the last 20 years. Earlier, during my time, you had either to get into engineering or medicine. Today we have not just engineering and medicine, you've got law, you've got management, you've got accountancy, fashion technology, construction management, a whole lot of allied support services and entrepreneurship. And several people, several youngsters are going on and doing great things in life. In fact, if you talk about Hyderabadis alone, I don't want to talk about outside of Hyderabad, just Hyderabadis alone, we have 2 Hyderabadis who are running the best IT companies in the world. Satya Nadella, who is the CEO of Microsoft. I'm sure you've all heard of Microsoft, and I'm sure you're using the Microsoft products. And Shantanu Narayan, who was my classmate in engineering, who is now the chairman and CEO of Adobe Corporation. So today, our people, Indians, are going on and heading global corporations. Not just Shantanu Narayan and Satya Nadella, we also have, for example, Sundar Pichai, who is the CEO of Google. I'm sure you've heard of that. It's not just heading corporations. In terms of entrepreneurship also, this generation is doing great. In terms of the number of unicorns, a unicorn is a company which has got $1 billion valuation. $1 billion is translated into 8,000 crores. $1 billion valuation. In terms of unicorns, India is producing the 3rd highest number of unicorns in the world. 3rd highest number of unicorns in the world are getting produced in India. You all know the celebrated case of Flipkart. I'm sure you've all used Flipkart at some time or the other. It was started by 2 students from IIT Delhi, Binny Bansal and Sachin Bansal, who at the age of 28 had set up this corporation. And by the time they were 32, they sold this Flipkart to an American multinational for $16 billion. Now, just to give you an idea, $1 billion, as I already told you, is 8,000 crores, and you can do the math. What kind of humongous valuation they created by the time they were just 31. So in terms of entrepreneurship also, there are several opportunities for students today. It's just that you have to decide what is your calling, what is best for you. And we are really privileged to be in India at this point of time, because you need to understand the kind of opportunities that we have today. As you all know, India is the 5th largest economy in the world. 5th largest economy, and very shortly we will be the 3rd largest economy. Now, how does that translate into opportunities for kids? Just to give you an idea, during my time, if somebody had to do engineering and somebody had to get into the best engineering colleges, which were the IITs, there were just 5 IITs. Today, there are 23 IITs. There were a dozen NITs, National Institutes of Technology. Today, there are 31 NITs. And there are 20 IIITs, Indian Institutes of Information Technology, which were not created earlier. Let's take Hyderabad itself. Hyderabad now boasts of IIT Hyderabad, IIIT Hyderabad. Then there is BITS Pilani, Birla Institute of Technology and Science, Pilani, Hyderabad campus. Then there is Indian School of Business, Center of Excellence in Management Education. Then there is the NIT Warangal, which is very close to us. Then there is National Law School, Nalsar, in Hyderabad itself. Then there is National Institute of Construction Management and Research, NICMAR, Hyderabad headquartered. Then there is National Institute of Fashion Technology in Hyderabad. Then there is Gandhi Medical College, then there is Usmania Medical College, then there is ESI Medical College, then there is All India Institute of Medical Sciences in Bibi Nagar. So many centers of excellence for education, You just have to plan for that, and you've got all these avenues open for you. And that is where I want to spend a couple of minutes in terms of talking to my young friends, and then I'll spend a few minutes in terms of talking to the parents. Now is the time for you to decide what you want to do in life. And my advice to kids at this stage will always be to aim for the stars. You may not reach the stars, but definitely you will be in a higher position than what you are today. And all of you, my young friends, have a choice today between doing something ordinary and doing something extraordinary. And I've given you some examples already. Let's take Sundar Pichai, I mentioned earlier. Now, Sundar Pichai, when he grew up in Chennai, comes from a very, very humble background. When he was in his 12th class, he never imagined that he would become the CEO of a global corporation. But he worked hard at that point of time, and he wanted to do something successful in life. And he got into the IIT Kharagpur. He worked there, he studied there, and then he did his MS, and then he worked in several IT companies before he joined Google, and today we know him as the CEO of Google. And what is the importance of being the CEO of Google? As the CEO of Google, he presides over a company whose annual turnover is more than the GDP. You must be knowing what GDP is, the gross domestic product, which is the national income of a country. Google's annual income is more than the GDP of 75% of the countries of the world. And he presides over such a company. Not just Sundar Pichai. Let me give another example of Arvind Kejriwal. You all know Arvind Kejriwal, right? He is the Chief Minister of Delhi. And the interesting thing about Arvind Kejriwal is that he doesn't come from a political family. He comes from a very ordinary family, middle-class family. His father was a trader. And one extraordinary thing he did early in his life, like Sundar Pichai, he also worked hard in his 10th, 11th, and 12th, and then he got into IIT Kharagpur. He studied there, he became an engineer, and he wrote his civil services exam, UPSC. A lot of students ask me, I want to get into IAS, IPS, etc., what should I do? You write an exam called the civil services exam. He wrote the civil service exam, and he got into IRS, Indian Revenue Service. But he quickly got bored with this government job. Then he started an NGO. Then he started the political party, Aam Aadmi Party, and he created a record by winning the Delhi elections twice with record margins. And today we all know him as the Chief Minister of Delhi. And where did his journey start? His journey started at IIT Kharagpur. Then, let us talk about Nandan Nilekani. You wouldn't have heard of this person, but this person, the creation that he is credited with is something which all of us use. We all know of this product, Aadhaar. Everybody here has an Aadhaar, I'm sure. And the person who came up with the idea of Aadhaar is Nandan. He is known much more as one of the founder directors of Infosys, which is one of the top IT companies in the country. And he wrote a book called Imagining India. And in this book, he mentioned that if every Indian has a biometric identification, then a lot of things in the world, a lot of things for the country, for the government will become easy. And when the government wanted to create Aadhaar, they made him the chairman of the Unique Identification Authority of India and gave him the responsibility. And all of us, we have Aadhaar today. And if you see, this is the biggest biometric project ever undertaken anywhere in the world. And Aadhaar has led on to several other successes. For example, the UPI, the Google Pay and other things that we use, the Unique Payment Authority that was being created, that was all done because we have the Aadhaar today. And who is Nandan and how did he start? What is his background? Nandan also comes from a very ordinary middle class background, but like Sundar Pichai and like Arvind Kejriwal, he also started his career at IIT Bombay. I can go on and give several examples of people who've done great things in life. Like for example, Chetan Bhagat, a writer who is also from IIT Delhi and then IIM Ahmedabad. Raghuram Rajan, who was the governor of Reserve Bank of India, who's again from IIT Delhi, and then he was my classmate at IIM Ahmedabad. And now he's actually tipped to get the Nobel Prize for Economics. 2 years back, he was tipped to get that, but sometime or the other he'll be getting. So all of these people, if you see, Sundar Pichai, who's a leader in technology, Arvind Kejriwal, who was a leader in social service, Raghuram Rajan, who is a leader in economics, Bini Bansal, Piyush Bansal, who are leaders in entrepreneurship, all of them, if you see, they've all originated from this great centers of excellence in engineering education, which are the IITs. It's not just the IITs. If you look at management, you have the Indian Institutes of Management. If you look at medicine, you've got the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. If you look at law, you've got the National Law Schools. If you look at fashion technology, you've got NIFTs, National Institute of Fashion Technologies. We are very privileged to be in India, where we have these kinds of centers of excellence available to us. And you will not realize the importance. Just let me give one piece of statistics. Your entire education in IITs will cost you just about 6 to 8 lakhs. To get a similar kind of education in US with similar kind of opportunities, it'll cost you a couple of crores. And we have all of them accessible to us here. The only thing that you have to do is to plan to get there. And that is where you have to use your 10th class, your intermediate first year and intermediate second year to get into those kind of institutions. And once you get into those kind of institutions, your life is made. And it is not just these academic institutions which are providing the opportunities. India is providing opportunities in several other areas also. Like for example, if you take IPL, we have seen several rags to riches stories. If you've seen, for example, from our own city of Hyderabad, we have Mohammad Siraj, who's gone on and done great things, whose father was an auto driver. Then you have Yashasvi Jaiswal. Then you have the Rinku Singh. Then even Ravindra Jadeja, all of them who've come from humble backgrounds and who've done great things. So all of those opportunities are available to kids today. You just have to dream big. And that is why I keep telling students all the time that you have an opportunity today to decide between two things. You want to lead your ordinary life, or you want to do something extraordinary. And if you want to do something extraordinary, all those opportunities are available to us. You just have to dream big. And then finally, one message to the parents. Now, parents have a very critical role to play this year and the next 2 years in a number of ways. One significant way in which you influence your kids is that you are a role model for your children. Your child would mostly imitate what you do. Now you may be wondering, I'm in business, for example, and I want my child to be a doctor. What kind of a role model am I? Well, let me tell you, there are several things that you impart to your child. For example, last year, from our institution, we sent a student to IIT Patna, whose father was an auto driver. And a year before that, we sent one girl to IIT Madras, whose father was a Kirana shop owner, a small Kirana shop he runs in Ashok Nagar. She's gone to IIT Madras. In both those cases, one thing I analyzed by interacting to the parents was that the parents were very, very hardworking and disciplined. And it is this which rubbed off on the child, this hardworking work ethic as well as the discipline. And in a number of ways, children look up to their parents and imitate them in real life. So you have to take the responsibility of being a role model very, very seriously. That is one. Second, I was talking to the youngsters in terms of choice of career which they would pursue, and that decision has to be taken immediately after 10th class. and you have a role to play in guiding the child towards taking a proper decision. Because the children by themselves may not have the exposure, so it is the responsibility of the parent to see that they guide the children towards the right kind of decision. And as I told you, there are so many opportunities available. It is not just engineering or medicine. There are so many opportunities. It's just that the parents have to provide that guidance by providing them exposure, by talking to them, understanding their strengths and weaknesses, understanding their interests and aptitude, understanding their capabilities, and putting them in the right path. That is the second thing which is important. And the third thing which is important is in terms of instilling those qualities which are very, very important for a child's academic career. And one of the challenges that I see parents facing today is to insulate the child, especially in 10th class when they have this crucial board examination, to insulate the child from distractions. And one of the major distractions that we have is the mobile phone and TV. And the parents have a role to see that the child is insulated from these kind of activities. And let me just share my experience as a parent. My son graduated from IIT Madras. My daughter passed out from NIT Warangal. She was a gold medalist in NIT Warangal. And then she got into Microsoft. Now she is pursuing her MS in Carnegie Mellon University. So while they were in their 10th class and intermediate, which was about 5 years, I and my wife decided on a couple of things. One of the things is that we can't tell our children not to go near the TV, not to use electronic gadgets, if we ourselves use those things. So for 5 years, there was no TV at home. We just kept the TV in the attic, and there was no other opportunity for the child. If the parents themselves keep watching or keep playing on the mobile phone all the time, then we can't expect our children to be away from mobile phone. Similarly, in terms of functions, social functions, we decided that if there is an important function, either I or my wife will go for the function. The entire family will not go. Because in Hyderabad, all of us have extended families. We've got a huge social circle. We've got a huge professional circle. And if we want 365 days of the year, we can attend some function or the other. And every function we take our kids with us, then obviously it is going to be a distraction for them. So some kind of decisions that you need to take. Also, in terms of the friend circle of the children, that is very, very important. One of the things that you have to ensure is the friend circle of the children should be proper. Once the friend circle, the peer group is good, you don't have to worry about. The child along with the peers will do well. So these are some of the precautions that you need to take. And then finally, my experience over the last 20 years running an educational institution is that students from Hyderabad, while I would like more students from Hyderabad to do well in these competitive exams, the relative percentage of students from Hyderabad getting into these kind of institutions, the IITs, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, and NITs, etc., is coming down. In fact, if you see, it is from the small towns and villages of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh that most students are getting into the IITs and other institutions. And the primary reason here, I feel, is that children are a little more comfortable. We parents take a lot more care of our children. We provide them so much of comforts so that the hunger for success is not that much. And let me explain to you an example that I had, experience that I had when I went to IIT Madras. And I used to go to IIT Madras very often when my child was studying in IIT Madras. And during one of my visits, where I went to his hostel, a hostel by name Mandakini, I met a student. From the looks, I could make out that he's from a Telugu-speaking town. I asked him where he was from. He told me he's from a place called Rampachodavaram. You wouldn't have heard of this place. It's not on the map. It's a small place in East Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh. And the most fascinating thing about this boy was that he comes from a family where, forget about engineers, forget about graduates, there was not even a 10th class pass. Nobody, either from his family or extended family, there was nobody in his family who's even cleared 10th class. He came from an ordinary Raitu Kuli family, farm labor. And he was in IIT Madras. I really got fascinated. I got talking to him. I asked him how he managed to come to IIT Madras. So he said, sir, when I was in my 9th class, somebody came to my school and talked to the school children about success. Sir, he said so many things about success, I don't remember anything. The only thing I remembered was that if you have to be successful in life, you have to get into an institution like the IITs. And that was the success mantra for my next 3 years. So in my 10th class, inter first year and inter second year, that was the only success mantra that I had. And I worked hard, and today I'm here. I was really fascinated by his story. Now just imagine this kid from a small village, small place called Rampachodavaram, who's gone on to IIT Madras, and once he gets those fancied salaries, as you all know, the average salary in any of the IITs is between 15 to 20 lakhs. Once he gets that kind of salary, what kind of a role model he will be for his family, for his community, for his friends, for everybody. And I see those kind of role models emerging year after year from several small towns and villages all around us. Hyderabad students have to focus. Hyderabad students have to be away from these kind of distractions. And I'm sure once you are away from these distractions, you will do very well. So my friends, let me conclude by saying that at this critical juncture in life, take the right decisions. The decision to do something extraordinary in your life, and all that is within your grasp. Just take hold of your destiny that is in your hands and do well in your life. Use your 10th class this 1 year to develop the kind of skills that I was talking about. Work hard the next 2 years with sincerity and dedication, and you don't have to look back in life. On that note, all the best for you and for the parents here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for taking us a trip down the memory lane, which you fondly remember. We assure you, sir, that we shall put our 100% and with focus and dedication will fare exemplary well in our board exams. We will surely decide what is best for us with the valuable guidance from our parents and teachers. Your inspiring message has undoubtedly left an indelible mark on our hearts.
Let us now move on to another significant segment of this program, the guidelines for the students as well as the parents. I now request Maitri ma'am to share her valuable thoughts with us.
A parent is a teacher at home, and a teacher is a parent in school. And the child is the center of our universe. Good morning to one and all. Hearty welcome, dear parents. This orientation program is an effort to guide the parents and students. Parents play a crucial role in shaping child's personality. Parents are requested to cooperate with the school in its attempt to help the child's progress by paying attention to his or her regularity, punctuality, and discipline. Parents are expected to read the handbook about rules, regulations, uniform, timings, and other useful information about the school. Parent is requested to go through their ward's school handbook regularly and acknowledge the teacher's remarks, if any. Parent is requested to meet the teachers of their wards regularly. If you have any concerns related to your ward's performance, feel free to discuss with the teachers personally so that together we can help the child. We teachers are available from Monday to Friday between 3:30 p.m. to 4 p.m.
As internal marks are very important, kindly interact with teachers of your wards regularly to know about their progress in academics. Please take weekly tests, FA tests and essay exams seriously and avoid absenteeism for the betterment of your ward. After every exam, parents are requested to attend the parent-teacher meeting and work on the feedback given by the teachers. Parents are requested to avoid social gatherings during the week as it may distract your ward. In case a child is absent due to any reason for the absence should be written and signed by the parent in the absence record page in handbook, and next day the child should come to school along with the parent and get his or her absence record column signed by the principal. In case leave is required, parents are requested to sign and write a short note about the reason in the leave record page in the handbook, for which prior permission from principal should be taken by the parent. All the students are expected to carry their handbook and all the books according to the timetable and complete the work and submit them on time. Every student is expected to follow the classroom norms. If any student violates, necessary action will be taken, for which parents, we need your cooperation. In case any student is unable to complete the work, he or she will have to stay back after school. We request you to kindly make necessary arrangement for transportation. All the efforts made by you and management is to see that our students get motivated to achieve success. Together, we can help our students to achieve success. Thank you. God bless us all.
Thank you, ma'am, for those invaluable guidelines. I would now like to invite the person who leads our institution with great vision and passion.
Please put your hands together for Reverend Brother Shajan Anthony, our principal, who will now share his message with us.
Good morning to one and all. Esteemed Chief Guest, Mr. Y. Srinivas, Director of Nano Educational Institution, Reverend Brother Jacob, Mrs. Anuman, Academic Coordinators, members of the staff, parents and students, once again a hearty welcome for this orientation program. At the outset, I extend my gratitude to all of you for being a part of this Little Flower family as we celebrate the Platinum Jubilee, marking of 70 years of our transforming lives. And I'm very happy to start the year with you. We have gotten a very proud alumnus, Mr. Y. Srinivas, sharing his experience and motivating the present batch and taking to the heights of to the stars along with the parents. Let's give a big round of applause to the beautiful message, beautiful motivation that you have given. I think I have no left words to share with you. Sir has already covered most of the points which you to the in concern with the parent and the students and all other guidelines by the teachers. But yet I am proud to say that now you are one of the senior most students in the school, and you are the one role model. The younger ones look upon you, and therefore this year 2020-24 your results will depends upon the hard work, your success that depends upon the hard work that you put in. And true to we have chosen the theme of the year: innovate, adapt, transform, and transform for a bright future. as the theme of the academic year. It propels our students to ideate the be active seekers of knowledge and overcome challenges of the present and emerge a future leaders. This note, I also wish to congratulate SSC batch to 2023, kept the school flag soaring so high, 16 students scoring a perfect 10 GPA. As your ward enters in the class 10, I want this moment to take much more to the more than 16. I wish so many the students, those who are here, will achieve and achieve this 10 out of 10 or even more. This one, more students, and make your parents happy, make your proud institutions happy, and achieve into the greater heights. So coming 8 to 9 months are very crucial and requires dedication, discipline, and sacrifice. However, I urge you to approach this period not with a fear or an anxiety, but with confidence, determination, and a positive mindset. Once again, I say, with confidence, determination, and positive mindset, let's start this year, and for which I'm sure Sir has given a beautiful message. What are the distractions? How to overcome from the distraction? How do you discipline yourself? All that is it should be kept in mind, and teachers have given beautiful examples, instructions wherein you required to day-to-day lives, day-to-day planning, the schedule that you had to give, for which some of the concepts like focus on understanding the concepts deeply rather than merely memorizing facts. Therefore, you need to be regular and punctual to the school and concentrate during all the classes. Just a reminder to the students and the parents, pandemic things are gone. Of course, 2 years we had a little different setup of the either online or online hybrid mode, which we got disturbed. But now, last year, the other, you have come back to the school, you have learned the experience. Now it is not the time of a pandemic. You don't need to give an excuses for the pandemic now. You need to work hard and revise the same and complete your learning on a daily basis. Use your weekends effectively, plan for your upcoming topics, and for Saturday examination to be taken as very seriously. It will viewed, and based on the Saturday examination, then the internal marks are viewed. Because last year's, by the experience, I know Saturday the examination was skipped, and the social gathering and other pilgrimage, birth celebration, all that is mind you, parents, this is not the time to take the children for a pilgrimage or other functions now. This is the time for the children to focus upon, and every Saturday examination is very important. For parents, a very large number they have gathered here, so therefore I would like to say, for each subject, the summative and the external public examination total weightage is 80 marks, and the remaining 20 of marks stand for the proposed internal under the formative assessment, which is based on an internal assessment. The 20 marks that are allocated for an internal assessment includes regularity, attendance, and projects, reflection, lab activities, and class works. Therefore, all the assignment should be done with due diligence and record of all the activities should be maintained neatly. I only say the maintain neatly. I am not just telling of all this outside of a decoration, going to internet and wasting of time, all that is not required. I have instructed the teachers, most of the things to be done in the school itself, all these projects and other things. Let the children should not procrastinate. Don't do it at later stage, because examination, all the due examination is given in your calendar also, when are the examination that was scheduled, and please follow that. And we will be giving in a circular which an instruction that will be followed. Or the last thing I would like to say, don't need to give any mobile phones and neither to school or in school. This last year I have found some of these things, sending the students with a Rapido, by which giving an excuses of sending mobile phone for communication, which shall not be allowed in this school, neither to keep the mobile phone in the office nor in this one. Communication, you know very well, your child is in a safe hand and they will come back to you. So nowhere we will allow the mobile phone to be placed, kept in the school or in the outside also. So therefore, either you can use of the other transports, the public transport or the auto or the van that is available. So please don't give any excuses. Once that is configured, it's with me, end of the year they will get. Don't come and ask me for that is my mummy's phone or daddy's phone, very important. All that excuses will not be entertained. And of course, the costly watches and other things we don't allow in the school, smart watches and so on. So please follow the instructions guideline that is given by the schools. The instruction by the teachers. So once again, welcome, and let us both the parents and the students work together, make this last year of children schooling in a very memorable one, very enjoyable one, and also let us keep that and a target for our own children, and let you move along with the children and encourage them. Have a great year ahead, and I will also meet individually to you, individually along with your children, so maybe after the essay examination. Or if you have got any other thing are there, any issues are there, you are most welcome to meet me or meet an academic coordinator, which your problems shall not be kept in the last stages of the months. There and then it should be sorted out. From December onwards, they will be having the regular revision tests. The revision tests are very important, and let you plan out in all the aspects of that. So thank you very much and have a great time.
Thank you, brother, for that motivating message. We assure you, brother, the coming months we will be regular and punctual to school. With confidence, dedication and positive mindset, we shall work hard and bring laurels to the school and our parents. As a token of our appreciation and gratitude, I request Reverend Brother Principal to present a memento to Mr. Y. Srinivas, Director, Nano Educational Institutions, our esteemed resource person for the day.
It's now time to express our gratitude to each and everyone who has contributed to the success of this event. I now invite Master Ritvik Ravirala, the General Secretary, to propose the vote of thanks.
Gratitude is a powerful catalyst for happiness. It's the spark that lights a fire of joy in your soul, rightly quoted by Amy Colette. A very pleasant morning to each one of you present here. I, Ritvik Ravirala, General Secretary, deem it an honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this solemn occasion. At the outset, I thank God Almighty for showering His abundant blessings on each one of us and bringing all of us together for this orientation program. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. Y. Srinivas, for taking out time from his busy schedule and being present with us this morning. I believe his words of motivation surely helped us to set our goals clear. I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to our principal, Reverend Brother Shajan Anthony, for his constant encouragement and support. My sincere thanks to our academic coordinator, Ms. Annaman Ma'am, for her unwavering guidance, mentorship, and unending support. I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to all the parents for their invaluable presence during this orientation program. As a student, I cannot emphasize enough how important your support has been for us. Your unwavering presence and commitment as constant pillars of support for our fellow students is truly remarkable. My heartfelt gratitude to all the teachers for their tireless efforts in making sure that this program is flawlessly executed. I would also like to thank our technical staff, non-teaching staff, and all the helpers for their help in the seamless functioning of today's event. Lastly, I would like to thank all the students for their cooperation and being present with us for this orientation program. Thank you all once again. Let your light shine.
Thank you, Ritvik, for expressing our heartfelt appreciation. With that, this eventful morning comes to a close. But this is just the beginning of an incredible journey for our Class 10 students. Dear parents, we seek your guidance to nurture our dreams and your guidance towards a future filled with success.
I now request all of you to stand in attention and join the school choir in singing the national anthem.
शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभाशिष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय जय
Thank you everyone for being a part of this memorable event. Have a blessed and a wonderful day.